today we unveiled the 2 nanometer wafer, 2 nanometer chip at Qualcomm. This is in that series of many companies. AMD has done it, now Qualcomm has done it. It's a series of developments where companies are now designing end-to-end product in India. Gone are those days when most of the development, the back office development work was being done here, and now the entire, right from customer product definition to designing the final silicon, getting it taped out and getting it validated, that entire thing is being done in India. So this is a major development for our country, for our industry. I would like to thank all those pioneers here in Qualcomm who have taken that challenge. A couple of years ago when Xavi and Cristiano we met, I requested them that please go for the most advanced designs in India. And thank you, Xavi, for keeping that request. And please convey my regards to Cristiano for taking up that challenge and doing it in India. And congratulations to the entire team who have put in huge efforts to do it in India. This is the wafer in which each die has about 20 to 30 billion transistors. 20 billion transistors in one die. One die would be one of those squares that you see here, right? So 20 billion transistors. 20 billion is 2,000 crore, which is 20 lakh crore. 20 lakh crore. That kind of that density of transistors in this, and this is the silicon which is designed using this. This is basically having a GPU and a CPU within this small chip. GPU as well as a CPU within this small thing. And the end product which comes out of this is this kind of module which comes out, which basically becomes a AI computer on the desktop of any person on the edge, which means within a camera, within a Wi-Fi router, or within a device on any machine or any moving car or automobile or train or aeroplane. So that kind of development is happening, which basically again that is getting reinforced by the talent pipeline which we are creating as a part of the Semicon mission. I was discussing with the industry, the talent pipeline we had taken, as you recall, as part of the Semicon 1.0. We took the target of 85,000 semiconductor trained talent over a period of 10 years. Happy to share with you that within 4 years we have been able to do 67,000 semiconductor trained engineers. And this is in now 315 universities and colleges where all the semiconductor design related EDA tools are available, and the students are designing chips, they are taping them out at Semiconductor Lab in Mohali and getting the product validated. The final product is getting validated, and it's a great capability because not many universities in the world, not many countries in the world has this kind of model. Recently in Davos, when I shared this model with all the semiconductor industry leaders, they were so happy with it, and they believe that the 1 million talent gap which is there in the semiconductor industry will practically be filled up mostly from India, and now they are saying in India. As in the recent budget, the entire IT services industry, all kind of simplification has happened which is required, whether it is getting the APAs done, whether it is getting the safe harbor clause properly defined, all those things are there. So today the industry would like to come big way into India. Whatever progress we have seen in the last few years, that progress will get accelerated because of the reforms which have been announced. And as you are aware, very soon we'll have the Semicon 2.0 mission, which has been announced by the Honorable Finance Minister in her budget speech. And we will be focusing on design as the topmost priority, equipment and materials as the next priority, talent to a next level where much deeper capability, that capability to design a complete system as a student, that will be our next target. Getting more fabs and ATMP units will also be part of the work, and making sure that our path to 7 nanometers from the current 28 nanometers, that progress to 7 nanometers will be part of the next version of Semicon 2.0. We should be able to finally complete it within next few months, and that will be another great chapter in the journey. It's a long journey, it's a multi-decade journey. Our Prime Minister has said it should be a 20-year roadmap that we have to lay for the country, so that the country keeps developing over many few years in this industry. I'll take your questions. We'll have a protocol of first row from this side. Any questions? Okay, first row.
Hi sir, Rishabh from Money Control. So I had a couple of questions for you on expanding GPUs beyond the current numbers and digital rate. We just this morning we saw the details, the fine print of India-US details coming out. So what do you have to say on that? How much of exports and imports are we targeting there? So second is also on the you spoke about clarification and clubbing of IT industry. On that front, a lot of has been spoken about in the recent market route of cloud software, Claude's latest chatbot. So considering that, sir, how worried should India be, since IT is a major employment generation?
I'll take the most difficult question first, most important point, because that's there on the top of the minds of so many people. As we know, as AI is progressing, there is a major change which is coming in the entire software industry. We all know this. I have interacted with practically every IT major CEO or next level, or even in some cases we have had multiple discussions. This change has two aspects. One is the disruption which is coming. Second is the opportunity which is coming. The software industry will change forever. The opportunity which comes out of this is, we as a country which has a strong industry, which is able to go to any enterprise, understand that enterprise, and provide a tech-based solution. So when earlier case we were providing a software-based solution, now we have the opportunity to provide a AI-based solution. That's what the industry is saying. What I'm telling the industry is, this is the time when the industry, academia and government, three of us should fully synchronize and make sure that our students and the people who are already in jobs, they should get the right skills which are needed for providing these solutions to the world. Whether it is upskilling for the existing employees, reskilling for the existing employees, or for getting the right skills while the students are still there in the college. That we should do, and I have requested the IT industry to come up with the course curriculum the way we did in Semicon. In semiconductor industry, the entire course curriculum was decided by the industry itself, led by AMD's team, and many other people had joined in that. Lots of industry participants were there. Qualcomm was also participating in that. Similar thing we should do now for this new journey which is happening. We will be willing to put in huge amount of effort from the government side to make sure that the students get the right skills and the talent, the existing workforce gets the right opportunity to upskill or reskill. Industry has to take the lead in framing what the next journey has to be, because industry knows better. Industry understands it better. So that is what we have requested the industry, and it's very close coordination which is going on between academia, industry and government. And most of the industry leaders believe that this will bring new opportunities for our country. To the first point that you said about how many more GPUs, so far we have 38,000 GPUs as part of the common compute. Very soon we should be adding about 20,000 more GPUs. And that journey is going to continue as we go for the AI Mission 2.0. AI Summit is on the anvil. After that, as we reassemble after the summit, all the thoughts, all the suggestions which come from all the industry leaders, and practically more than 100 top AI leaders are coming to our country. Once we get the feedback from everybody, then we take the next step for the AI Mission 2.0.
So, in the joint statement, the Indo-US joint statement, it also mentions, apart from GPUs, purchasing more GPUs from the US, it also mentions that we will be purchasing more goods related to data centers. So if you could give us some insight into what that would be. And the second question is, as you mentioned, a series of companies 2 nanometer chips. You were there in September last year at British Semiconductor facility ARM. AMD has made an announcement. So has Marvel. So would the and now Qualcomm. So would the IP with all these advanced nodes rest in India, because you've always spoken about IP sovereignty?
So data centers is going to be a major growth journey in the coming years. So far we have committed investments of $70 billion. If we add the other announcements, it's about $90 billion. But I expect that in the coming months, this number will go beyond $200 billion. That is the general expectation once we talk to the industry. That's the general expectation which is coming up. And that will generate new opportunities for our service providers, for the young startups, who can provide new solutions, and it's going to create that strength which is needed in all the 5 layers of the AI architecture, AI stack. We need strength in each one of that. Many of our startups will be very keen on having more and more compute facility available in our country through these data centers, so that they can use it for developing solutions and for also providing the solutions to the world. Your second part of the question was IP for whichever company is doing their development here. They have their own policies, and according to those policies they decide where the IP is.
Hello. Hi, sir. Ritu here from NDTV. So I have a 2 question. Allow me to ask you this. So firstly, how you were talking, while addressing as well, you mentioned about the 2 nanometer must be fabbed in India. You're looking forward to it as well. So my question to you is, sir, that how the government is linking 2 nanometer, basically the chip technology, with the India AI mission, so that it directly benefits, you see, the India's AI infrastructure and the local servers manufacturers. And also adding to it, sir, how are we trying to look forward to it that this also, the technology that's getting developed here, as you said, end-to-end has been done in India. How are we looking forward to it in the defense sector as well? How that is going to benefit?
These are more than 2 questions. So anyways, so thanks a lot. I'll try to frame it in a. So when AI data centers are getting set up in India, one direct consequence of that is now people want to start the AI server manufacturing facilities in India. Already 2 companies have come which want to, in the coming months, the announcements will be made. So far we cannot announce the names, but 2 companies want to set up reasonable sized AI server manufacturing facilities in our country. That's a direct result of the data centers coming up in India. Simultaneously, the board and the card design and the entire motherboard and the other cards which go in a server, that manufacturing will also take very rapidly, because as part of the electronics component manufacturing scheme, there are units which are going to manufacture the most advanced PCBs in our country. And once the PCB manufacturing starts happening, then the PCB assembly, which goes straight into a server or a machine, that becomes a direct outcome of having the PCB manufacturing in our country. So if you look at the entire thing, it's a very step-by-step, very clearly defined, thoughtful way of going forward. On the now fabrication side, we started with 28 nanometers, very well understanding that this is very important node because more than 75% of the chips used in automotive, telecom, power management, industrial applications, they all use 28 nanometers to 180 nanometers, that particular entire range, the legacy nodes as we call them. Now, and it's a very, as we all know, it's a very, very complex thing. This small thing has 20 billion transistors. It's like writing the entire Mahabharata, writing the entire Ramayana, and writing the entire, all the Purans on this small little chip. That is the level of complexity, and that is the level of fineness. When we say 2 nanometer, how do you understand what is 2 nanometer, right? So this is the complexity of manufacturing. So when that is the level of complexity, then we have to go step by step. So that's why we decided to take first step as 28 nanometer, understand that full technology, learn how to walk before running. So, and that experience, that learning curve is now getting absorbed in our country. Next level should be 7 nanometer. So we have defined the path to 7 nanometer very clearly. We have learned from so many other countries who have taken this path. Japan has done this path, South Korea has done, Taiwan has done. So we have learned how these countries moved from the legacy nodes to the advanced nodes. And we have defined a path for 7 nanometers, which will be part of the Semicon 2.0, and we should target something like 29 or 28 or 29 as maybe 30 as the path to reach 7 nanometers. Then we should take the next 3 nanometer and 2 nanometer path. So that way our country's journey as a multi-year journey, we will be moving very systematically in that direction. Yeah, next one.
We'll take one last question.
Hi, this is Bijan from the Indian Express. I just have a simple question. Now that global giants like Qualcomm are expanding rapidly in India, do you see this as a validation of the government's long-term technology strategy or affirmation?
You have to say that. Media
I want to hear from you actually.
Of course, we are very happy that it's rapidly expanding. The semiconductor design ecosystem is very rapidly expanding, and the talent pipeline that we are creating, that will further accelerate it, and the fab and ATMP units which are getting set up, and very soon the equipment manufacturers will come to our country. So that will be a good complement of our entire ecosystem. Yeah. One last question from Prasoon here, PTI. Yeah.
Sir, you said that entire chip design is taking place here in India. So just a clarification, whether entire Qualcomm, this 2 nanometer chip has been designed end to end here in India.
Why don't Savi you say this?
There's one more question, one clarification required with respect to India-US, that interim statement that has come. It calls for removing barriers around ICT products from US. So if you can explain what does that mean and what will
Savi, why don't
it lead
you
to?
confirm the first one?
Yeah, I think, nothing is done. We have a very large organization, right? I was telling the Honorable Minister that some of the IPs get developed 4 years before the chip is even coming in the hand in a smartphone. So, we are a global organization. A lot of IP gets developed that goes into that chip. CPU, sir talked about NPU, GPU gets developed globally. We look at where's the best talent that we have, right? And we have Center of Excellence, like we talked about. Chennai is all about wireless. A lot of stuff happens around the globe. And this is a very important area where we are doing leading nodes, right? Like sir said, so, he challenged us, work on the leading nodes. And we've been working, a good part is done globally, but a lot of work is done also here under Srini's guidance right here in the Bangalore, Hyderabad facility as well.
Great. Great. No, thanks a lot. Regarding the geopolitical questions, I think Commerce Ministry is the right person to ask. We are very closely engaged from our side as far as electronics and IT is concerned. We believe in co-development, we believe in co-creation, we believe in IP, respecting IP. We believe that India has a lot to offer to the entire world in terms of new products, new ideas, new technologies, and that journey is progressing at a very rapid, measured, good pace.